All right, so finally I'm gonna pick the camera back up. We got a new intake in. I decided I'm just gonna replace it because pretty much if you look, yeah, it's gonna be hard to look inside, but pretty much the runners of, well, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't feel comfortable running that intake. The manifold has a lot of chunks, but there's also a lot of fine grain like particles that I just don't want to have, you know, flowing around. It's easier to just get a newer intake manifold or a replacement intake manifold because they're pretty cheap. So here's what we have so far. New heater hoses. We got some of the intake piping on. I did a pretty like deepish clean out for all of the pipes. It was pretty annoying trying to get, you know, just a microfiber to just be pulled through the entire, like all of the intercooler piping. It was annoying, but I did end up finding more like small chunks and just a lot of like fine grain stuff. Put the Harbor Freight Special like camera through and didn't really see anything. So as far as I'm concerned right now, I think I pretty much got all of the like chunks out of anything that I'm really concerned about. We ended up changing the transfer case fluid, the transmission fluid, and mounting the turbo. What else did I mount? Oh, the exhaust manifold, of course, because you can't put the turbo on without the manifold. Today I'm just gonna pretty much put that plenum on. I think it's pretty much everything that I need is swapped over. We're gonna find out once I start putting stuff on there, but I think everything is fine. We're gonna swap that over, put it on the car, and then from there we're going to just kind of connect all the connectors and then hopefully throw some oil in it, get a first start. So fingers crossed, man. Picking this up, as you can see, high time, but this is where we're at. Catch can is on, throttle body or throttle cable kind of mocked up. Connectors for the catch can, a lot of the connectors on the harness connected. Everything is looking pretty much like it's just about ready to go back together and be started up. Here is where we have a couple of issues. Look down at the injectors, or at least this one. You can see that we're starting to separate the shielding from the wire, or on the wire. So we're starting to, you know, get a couple of exposed copper wires. Over here, looks like the same thing over here. And then yeah, definitely right there. And then over here, I don't think I really seen it. I think it's, you know, just kind of getting dry rotted. That coupled with the fact that it's been cold and trying to manipulate any of this stuff in the cold causes it to, you know, be brittle and break and things of that nature. Because if we also look right here, this hard piece of well, it's hard plastic now. I don't think it, you know, was meant to be like corrugated plastic like this. That ended up snapping trying to maneuver stuff around when it was cold out. We have another instance over here where this piece of plastic kind of snapped in multiple places. First, I want to, you know, just kind of take the plug off the injector and kind of examine the pins. If I can just, you know, push the pins out, and for, you know, somehow they have what style is it? It's connected on the wire, just kind of like this, where it kind of pinches down on the copper. And I think I may be able to just bend that a little bit, snip the wires back some, recrimp it on that exposed part, and then just put it back together, and we should be good. But I won't know until I actually get everything taken apart. But otherwise, man, this thing is pretty much back together. Yeah, man, everything is. Holy shit. I haven't heard that thing start in a minute. It's my neighbor. I'm surprised he brought that thing out. It's been I haven't heard it since the summer. Didn't try to start the car up last night. Didn't really. There was no point. So first thing I'm gonna do, install the oil cooler. After that, radiator. And then for now, I'm not gonna play around, or not play around, but try to fix the plug for the injectors or fix the wires. I think with just the exposed wires, it should be fine for right now. It's, you know, low voltage. But before doing anything major, like actually taking, like, you know, going for tuning or anything like that, I'm gonna definitely wrap those in electrical tape so that everything is fine. Last couple of things. All we really need are spark plugs and injectors plugged in, and then we need fluids to be, you know, oil and coolant. But here's one thing that I wanted to I guess test out. The injectors have been out for 4 months, maybe 5, and they've just been sitting out here, you know, with the varying temperatures, you know, super cold, whatever. I think right now what I'm gonna do is put each injector into a bag. We're gonna dry crank the car over, and then that should prime the oil system, and then we should also see whether or not we're gonna be getting any fuel out of each injector. I just want to make sure they're not stuck open or stuck closed or anything like that. So, adding oil to the EVO, and this is what we're gonna be using from now on for oil. Hopefully you already know about that oil. It's pretty much a, first off, it's conventional oil, which the automotive industry, I guess, has moved away from conventional oils. You know, they break down quicker, can't run as long as an interval between oil changes as, you know, a synthetic or, you know, anything like that. The thing that's missing in a synthetic oil versus a conventional oil is all of the additives or the natural minerals that, you know, are pretty decent for some engines. They help with the break-in process a lot of times. So a lot of times, you know, some of the break-in oils are pretty much like a conventional oil. But for the EVO, we're pretty much going to be running this like just straight all the time. Talked to the engine builder, Andy, over at A-Star Fab, and pretty much said that, you know, he rather, you know, you change the oil more often, you know, between you just don't want to run the same oil for long, especially with a built motor, a heavier wear and tear on, you know, bearings and things like that, because you're obviously going to beat on it if you built it. But this is supposed to help the motor, help the bearings not break down so fast, help with making sure that you have a nice thick coat of oil between surfaces the whole time you're driving the vehicle, and, you know, still has those deposits, so, or minerals. So yeah, man, if you're getting a built motor, just always talk to your tuner or builder. I'm sorry, always talk to your builder. See what they prefer, ask them why, especially if you don't, you know, have experience with some of this stuff. You know, you can change your mind and do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's your car. All is in, oil cooler is attached, and everything's pretty much attached. So I'm gonna hook up the battery tender. I'm gonna hook up the jumper pack, and we're gonna try to start it and see what happens. I am like, please just sound decent. All right, so my girlfriend got me this for Christmas. I keep talking about needing a jumper pack, so I think I'm gonna do that. And I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to turn this on. Oh, let's make sure that's off. Then we're going to actually, let's do this. Whoops. Main breaker is on. No lights, no sounds. What the fuck? How do you turn this damn thing on? Okay, we'll be back. I'm a fucking idiot. You see that? That's a button. So. Oh, it's pretty cool. Okay. Bro, I just did some dumb stuff, and cars, like, one of the grounding points started smoking. Need to not be impatient. I don't understand why I was so impatient about that. There's definitely a short that's causing some issues. So here's the thing that I've noticed. Circuit breaker on, and we have both connections on here. So if I go hook the battery terminals from my jumper pack here, oops, let's see if it'll do it. That means, okay, that's enough of that. That means there's a short somewhere in the connection. Doesn't, you know, let me know where that short is or whatever, but that lets me know there is a short. So here's what I think I'm gonna try to do today. So if I disconnect and then I hook this up, I don't get that. I'm not sure, you know, like the, yeah, the battery is showing, and it's showing as 12 volts. So I'm thinking the battery is fine, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. The battery sat here for all of, you know, winter. It's pretty fucking cold, so that could mean that the battery is actually fine. It could mean, you know, there's an issue. So we're gonna go through and try to see if we can measure resistance across any of these. Let's do this. Any of these fuses to see where we are having an issue. Anything here? Nothing here. Nothing here. 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 This ground. Actually, let's do the ground on the intake manifold. About 2 ohms. And then down here, this is what I've done so far. So I tried to do a couple of different things with like testing the fuses to see if there's a short on one of the fuses. And while I was doing that, I decided I just wanted to kind of test the battery just to see how much resistance. I guess I should do it like this. As you can see, I have the circuit breaker disconnected, and I'm just testing the what do you want to call it, resistance on the actual battery pack. It only goes up to like 10 amps, and we are way past that. 10 ohms, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what, let me double check. Let's go to actual. Scratch everything that I fucking said. So I'm a fucking idiot and have been using this, which is a measure of the current amps. First off, this thing only has a 10 amp max, so I don't know how the fuck I thought I was gonna get anything on here. But I actually put this onto, you know, just like 200 ohms for, or a max of 200 ohms for resistance. And I actually decided to try to test the resistance of the circuit. We don't have that much resistance. And it's jumping around, but we're pretty damn close to like 0 ohms for resistance. So I think all of our ground connections are good. Now, whenever we put that same thing on the battery, come on. Oh, it's not even gonna show this on. There we go. You see how it's so high. It doesn't even want to show because I don't know what to call it. A decently charged battery that we still have an internal short, or it's showing up as it's passing like the voltage check, but the battery is still, it still has an internal short. So what I'm gonna do, remove this thing, probably take it up to AutoZone, get it test it out just to confirm. All right, man, just coming from O'Reilly's. They're telling me they have to test the battery. It's so low that it's saying charge before actually trying to test it. So looks like I'm gonna be turning this back on in maybe 2-3 hours, maybe even 4, and hopefully there's still some daylight out enough for us to actually try to get a cold start. I really don't want to carry this into the next day, but it is what it is. So I'll be back with y'all once we actually get the battery back and can actually put it into the car. EVO battery came back good. Let's go up to O'Reilly. Sheesh. Pick it up, and then fingers crossed, man, we can just put it in there and have something. Drop this thing in here. Gotta go do this, do this. Make sure our key isn't in there. Not before we do anything, I want to double check because this came back as a good battery, so I want to see if that resistance is still there. Pretty much the 11 that it would end up going to. So whew, fingers crossed, bro. Oh, where are they? Okay. I think our fuse blew. Oh, shit, I think our fuse blew. I mean, the breaker just went off, which means we still have a fucking issue somewhere. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. Well, this is my last resort. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and hook the charger up. It's gonna beep like that, and then we're gonna go in there and pull every fuse that we can. So wish me luck.
Eventually.
Yo, I fucking figured it out. Oh my fucking god. I'm a complete dumbass, but check it out, Hold on, watch this. Oh, light. And no fuse popping. Oh my god, here was the issue. On the EVO, I'm not sure how it's set up on other cars, but the power cable is connected pretty closely to like the structure of the alternator. What am I trying to say? Whatever. So here was the issue. While I was putting on the alternator ages ago, I noticed it had 2 bolts on there. I was confused on why it had 2 bolts, but I didn't pay it any mind. Just connected it with 1 bolt and then left it at that. It always was in the back of my mind of, why, like, whatever shop, whoever installed it before, why would they use 2 bolts? And, just kind of left it alone. Fast forward to now, we've been having this short issue, whatever. And I thought back to it, and I figured, maybe I should check to see the clearance between the wire on the alternator and the actual not bracket, but the housing for the alternator. Lo and behold, that was our issue all along. The alternator, you know, 12-volt power source was actually touching the casing for the alternator, and that was, you know, causing our short. So use this nut, that was the second nut that was on there, flip it, and then sandwich the power cable's ring terminal, I guess, in between these two nuts, and then just tighten everything down, and then we should be good to go. We should be able to get a first little like turnover or whatever, but we figured it out. Oh my God. All right. Holy fuck! Oh, that's the fan going fucking crazy. It's kind of scary though, I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit! Just kind of examine. I mean, there's some fuel. It's not a whole lot. Wasn't expecting a lot. This one. I'm not sure. Definitely firing. I'm also not sure about. Oh, there's some in there, but not a lot. This one, this one I'm guessing there's some in there, but not a whole lot. It's almost there. We're right here. So what I think I'm gonna do is just take these apart, take them to my friends over at My Boosted Performance, have them do just like an injector cleaning and pressure test, just to see how off these are, because I don't want to put this back together and we have an injector that's barely firing. So I'm gonna put everything mostly together today, and then by the time we come back, or I turn this camera on, we should be good to go. So unfortunate news, but I'm so happy that we found out about that short. Electrical problems are one of the most annoying things to deal with when doing, you know, motor rebuilds or anything like that, and just finding that out is just a godsend. So I'm gonna keep moving forward. All right, so we're gonna go in here and get these injectors pretty much flow tested and ultrasonic cleaned, and then hopefully from there we got a pretty even spray pattern. We won't have to deal with anything crazy. Look at how dirty that shit is.
They're all spraying like
This one looks like it's spraying more.
yeah, this one does
way
look
more
to be
now.
ahead now. Yeah, now that we can kind of see better. I think these two are ahead. But I can't really tell too much. This one looks a little weak, but I can't tell if it's just the spray pattern hitting the wall faster.
Decent. This one is definitely weak. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's not that bad. It's not the greatest, I guess. All right, just wrapped up at MI Boosted. Go ahead and check them out. And then injectors, they did pretty well. They flowed pretty much within like 10% of each other. I think like the highest was 82 mils, it was about 82, 83 millimeters, and then the lowest was like 79. So injector's good, they're clean, fresh, quote unquote. Throw them back on, spark plugs into the car. And let me see what else we have to do. We go get a first start and then we should be good to go. Bad news. Rechecked these harness connectors and definitely looks like we're gonna need a new harness. It is definitely have some broken wire, so I'm gonna get some new pigtails. New day and hopefully first start day. Pushing this off for I don't know how long, for like a week now. I got the connectors. Let me see. So got connectors, new connectors, as you can see. Pretty much put back onto the EVO. I left this one on there. It wasn't that bad, so I didn't feel like changing it. I'm probably gonna end up changing it at some point, but I left it there for now because getting these on is kind of a pain. So it's whatever. First start going down. Let me get my keys. My heart is fucking pounding. Oh. All right, circuit breaker. The gauges are plugged in. I mean, the gauges are reading, so I'm guessing it's okay. Hold on, let me double check. All right, fuck. Let's do this shit. Okay. It didn't do nothing the first time, but probably doesn't have any fuel in the regulator. I mean, in the rail. Okay. One more time. That is so anticlimactic. I don't want to flood the cylinders though. One more time. See if it tries. I think I'm smelling fuel already. Yeah, I think I smell fuel. Something is wrong. All right, man, as you can see, your boy is still in work attire, but issue with the EVO has been solved. So double check everything. I had a test light on the signal wire, and the power wire on the spark plug. This side didn't have any signal, but this side did. And then these two injectors had a signal or fired on a pulse, and these two didn't. So went into forums, had to go real deep into forums this time. Found a guy that said the cam position sensor is actually what's linked to, you know, fuel pressure, spark, and the fuel injectors firing. So I thought, you know, and with this shitty connection, maybe I can just, you know, wiggle it back and forth, see if I got a good connection. And then from there, I had spark and I had fuel. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and get our first start, and fingers crossed, everything goes fine. Fucking shit. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I cannot believe I just did this. I cannot believe I cannot believe that shit. Oh my God. We're just gonna let it try to warm up. All right, that's fine. Just start it up. Looks like we're running lean. Oil pressure looks decent. Holy fuck. Hold on. Cut it. Holy shit. I cannot believe. Bro, I really took out a fucking motor and put it back into a car. Like a completely took everything out, put it back into the car. This shit is crazy. I'm just so, like, I really put this shit, like a whole fucking motor. You know, a lot of people probably build motors also, but you know, this is just like a first step. Like, crazy as fuck. But I don't know. That smells like something burning bad. Smells kind of like something is like on the motor. We fucking finished the EVO, man. We really put a motor in a car. Took it out and put it back in. Like, that's, I do exhaust, I do headers, you know, I do this, that, and the third. You know, brakes, all the basic shit. Taking a motor out and putting it back, crazy. Like, just how much stuff that you have to not understand, but just remember, you know, how it goes and all the research that you have to do. Like, it just, I don't know, I just feel super accomplished. But with that being said, man, yeah, this is gonna put an end to the saga. And, you know, just stay tuned, because next is obviously tuning that, getting a new ECU in it, and then from there, just trying to enjoy this car, man. It's been too long without it. So that being said, see y'all next video.